Hi everybody. This is completely spontaneous, but I've been wanting to talk about the Work Your Light Oracle for probably, I don't know, a couple months. But when this card stuck to me, I thought, well, okay, maybe we'll talk about it right now. So, this deck is by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel, who did Star Child deck and is coming out with the Moonchild deck, did the artwork. And I've been using it for a couple months. And the cards are lovely matte. They're from Hay House, so it's really nice to have a matte deck from Hay House. And here's the book. I find this deck absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite decks right now. I did the activation when they launched the deck. They did an activation ceremony, and I was all set to think that it was too new agey, but it was actually really lovely. And what I love about this deck is that it gives me hope. It shows me the kind of world that I want to live in and gives me hope that we can create it. So I'll show you some of my favorite images, and then I'll show you some of the really hopeful ones, and then I'll explain how it works with the book. But, look at this. I mean, just beautiful. I love this card. Here's the Lemuria card. And there's a few cards that I get all the time. I get like the same 5 cards all the time. I get this one a lot. Inner Temple. I get the Lemuria card. I get this one all the time. Align Your Life. It's like it's, how is your life kind of broken or in pieces? I get this one a lot. Some of the cards are a little bit similar. Like there's several cards that have sort of flying people and suspended people. There's 2 cards that show someone coming out of a cave, like this one and this one. A little bit similar. Like some of these cards I've never gotten, like Keepers of the Earth. I've never gotten this. So here's like the floaty, the cards that people flying. This I don't love so much. This is beautiful. Get grounded. I get this one. This is one of my favorite cards. I love this. Birthing a New Age. Can I take this off yet? I mean, it's really stuck. We'll get to this one after. Well, this was the Council of Light. It's like these invisible helpers that are supposedly there to help you. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And you put it to your heart and you make a prayer and it just stuck. That's really beautiful. So I love this. This card gives me so much hope. And I love how she's open, so she's getting all this energy coming down, this celestial energy, but then she's grounding it. And this is what our job is. This is what we're supposed to do. And maybe this is all we're supposed to do. Just act as these sort of conductors, with these bridges, because we're the only animal that stands upright. We're the only mammal that walks on upright. That all the others walk on all 4s or they swim. So we're the only species that can do this. So love that. I love this Mintonkin. I had never heard of this before. I know of Lemuria, but I've never heard of this. Isn't that beautiful? Longing for home. I love that. This one's cool. Break the chain from your ancestors. So you see all the shadows in the past. And it says we carry energy from 7 generations. I get this one a lot, even though it's kind of like a Mother Mary type of thing, which I'm not into. I just really like this. It kind of reminds me of the Guadalupe. It just doesn't feel religious to me. It's really beautiful. And I love this. Look at this. And I don't usually like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I just love this, even though I don't usually like this. Love that. And this one's real pretty too, Pillar of Light. So the cards, the way the cards are in the book, they're not in alphabetical order, so sometimes they're a little bit difficult to find, but they're arranged by categories. There's several different suits, 5. There's a few, she calls confirmation cards that are like yes, no, you're already doing it. Inquiry cards that tell you things like trust your past, align your life, don't dim to fit in. Action cards, activation cards, and transmission cards. The transmission cards are all from the other places like Lemuria, Akasha, Pleiades, and Mintonkin. So should we give you an example of one? Should I just pick one at random upside down, or pick one that I like? Here's the yes card. So there's a few that are just give you real clear answers, which if you really wanted those, you'd have to separate them into the categories before you asked. So you might get this at a time where it doesn't quite make sense, but I just have been using this a lot. I've been using this more than any of my tarot decks. I just use it all the time. Here's the backs. So can you see their matte? It's like that velvety matte. What can we show you? Should we do this one? Birthing a New Age. So this comes in the activation section. Activation cards. And there's several spreads in here. Okay, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than what we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We're birthing a new age. Right now we're in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new one to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us. Using our intuition as a compass. Absolutely. I mean, I did this whole video last night kind of about this, and then I didn't publish it. Maybe I will. But it was actually kind of about this, not knowing and being in the fog. And then these activation cards have a little thing that you can hold to your heart and say, to kind of activate the energy of that card. And let me me see. Really briefly, the 5 suits. So the confirmation ones are like yes, no, we said that. The inquiry cards will help you clearly hear and your inner voices and let them move you. The action cards give guidance and inspire specific physical action. The activation cards activate energies. The transmission cards act as initiations and transmissions, connecting you to the energies that want to work with them. So I think that's about it. Should we pick one for the group? What I did was I just picked one that I liked. But should we put them upside down and pick one for everybody? Yeah, let's do that. Because everybody's talking about this Lionsgate 8/8. Every year, everybody talks about the Lionsgating, the eclipse season, and I'm a little bit jaded by it all right now. It's a whole other thing, but okay, let's see if we can pick something. What would be the most helpful thing for anybody watching this now or in the future to help them in this time of great transition? Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your own heart. So this card, I mean, in it she talks about maybe getting devotion to like a teacher or a guru, which I don't relate to at all. But I just think of it as really tuning into the inner space and letting go of the external. But let's see what they have to say. Inner temple. So this is in one of the action cards. You are being called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart to incorporate true devotion. You are being called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or show up to your soul with rhythm, to develop a daily practice. All the answers to all the questions you're seeking are waiting in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. We are here to grow as souls. If you are questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus toward devotion and use this prayer. Please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big, moving prayer. Commit to a daily practice. So that's interesting. It's suggesting like some discipline. And I know some art journal people that feel they have to make pictures or draw pictures or paint pictures every day, and I'm usually like do it kind of as I feel inspired. But maybe it's like a garden. You know, you can't plant a seed and then never water it. You have to tend to it. You have to make space for it. So maybe that discipline would be helpful. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. Okay, every day I'll try that. I'll try that for 30 days. So it's August 7th. It's what, August 7th? I'll do it till the end of August. Okay. Okay, so there's the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle. Okay, bye.